AIEA for changing my name and not telling my father? I, 34M, was named after my father. I have a sister that is 11 months older than me. My father walked out when I was only 6 months old. He popped up every once in a while until he came to live with us. Then he left again when my mom got sick and started raising someone else's children. He was a real parent to them despite being the children are meant to be seen and not heard type. My sister and I were included in things with the other kids at the request of my stepmother, but it still felt like he wasn't my dad. I accepted the other children as extra siblings, and they accepted me and my sister as well. My stepmother cared for us as her own when we visited, and I love them all. My father ended up leaving again and getting with a different woman, and still for years never made an attempt to mend things with me. He would call to tell me happy birthday, but never on my birthday. I never corrected him either. I felt like I should have to correct him because he was there when I was born. My sister was the one who reached out to him and has forgiven him and allows him to be in my niece and nephew's lives. I don't have kids yet, but I don't want him around me or my family. I feel like he doesn't deserve it. In a recent conversation, he asked if I was going to continue the carrying of our name. I laughed a bit and said, I don't know, maybe. On the inside, I felt very uncomfortable about that question and brought it up to my wife. She feels the same way I do. She knows everything about my experiences with him and feels that he shouldn't have a chance to be a good grandfather to make up for being a lousy father. He put me through so much as a kid, and as much as I wanted him to go away, my mom wanted us to know him and allow him to be a part of our lives. She didn't want us to grow up without a dad or calling someone else dad. She didn't know about any of what he did until I told her when I was 27. She asked why I didn't like talking to him, and I told her everything that happened while she was at the doctor in dialysis. She was mortified and called him and yelled at him for an hour. He just told her that if she wanted him to parent us a certain way, she should have said so. I thought a lot about what he asked, and I came to the conclusion that I didn't want to continue the name. I didn't want to pass on to my son the burden that is my father. I also didn't want to name myself. So I went and got it changed and never planned on telling my father. When I brought it up to my sister, she got mad and started laying into me, yelling and asking how could I be so selfish and how it would make our father feel when he finds out. I yelled back at her, asking if she remembered what he had put us through as kids. After getting off the phone with her, I thought about what she said. Now I feel like I've made a mistake. So, AIDA for changing my name and not telling my father?